Please listen to the podcast Sloth. Desktop section. Article by Supper Cat. Unemployment Diary. Unemployment is not always negative. Passive unemployment is quite disappointing. You are the one who is betrayed by the company. Suffering arises. But when you actively let go, unemployment can be a necessary ups and downs in a life of hard work. The initial separation brings a lot of confusion with questions about rent, living expenses, milk tea money. After all, work is food and clothing. The company raised us up. But when the love is dead, the person you used to love becomes a stranger. You decide to give up everything. Just become unemployed. 1 month ago, unemployed. The resignation email was composed. Although my heart is filled with feelings, I want to gather all the feelings and criticize the company to relieve the days of crying in the toilet. But thinking again, it's useless. Leaving with love and affection. Hashtag to live in harmony. 3 weeks ago, unemployed. This period of time is a bit tiring. Becoming a regular guest of the Healing Podcast. The host is the HR and the boss. Feeling that everyone has more to say than me. Why is it that when I am working hard, no one comes to me? But a gentleman is a man of his word, living uprightly with a firm stance. Despite the whispers, the listener only thinks about the happy days of running around outside the office that locked me up until 11 p.m. 1 week before the break, happiness slowly knocks on the door. In the morning, I no longer toss and turn thinking about the meeting at 10. The meaningless feedback at 11 a.m. The person who is about to be unemployed leisurely eats breakfast, enters the office enthusiastically and greets. Suddenly seeing the two guys opposite with cute faces. Not as annoying as when they asked for work, but they did it in a mindless manner. Slowly collect the files to hand over. In the past, work was busy. When I could leave, I just wanted to run away. Now looking back at what I had done, I feel a bit happy. I burst out laughing at how bad the sentences I wrote 2 years ago were. No wonder my boss wanted to knock me on the head. My work has improved since then, compared to when I was naive when I first started working. Enough to make me dream of a fancy company and a great salary after I leave. The first month of unemployment. The days are filled with long-delayed joy. Lying around reading an interesting book. Finishing a series of movies. Drinking too much without fear of fainting the next day. Sometimes I wake up early and hang out at the coffee shop in front of the old office building. Watching everyone rush to work. Feeling happy. How arrogant it is to be unemployed. Especially when your pocket is full of last month's salary and a small amount of savings. The second month of unemployment. The fun gradually becomes boring. Friends are busy with work. No one has time to drink beer all the time. Life at home alone, although easy, starts to become less exciting. Well, let's slowly edit the CV. But yesterday's movie is reaching its climax. So take it easy, work and play at the same time. The future job is always there. The days of running out of money. Freedom is now within the framework. The only fun revolves around low-cost activities and the nostalgia for the joy every month when the salary flows into the account. It's time to decide to stop playing around and return to the labor market. 2 weeks after finding a job. After aggressively distributing leaflets everywhere. The job doesn't seem to be very exciting for the candidate. It doesn't come immediately like the way the money goes away. Poverty surrounds. At the end of the month, the landlord will definitely knock on the door while the new company owner hasn't been able to contact me yet. It's true that every happiness has its price. After a while of healing the old wound, a new wound appears, stinging. 1 month after finding a job. Never before have emails been checked as much as now. Not a single call is missed. Those stock sales guys are really cruel. A strange number called as a hope. Until the other end of the line earnestly said, "We invest quickly. Profit immediately. Profit your head." The first interview. Confidence gradually buried by months of waiting. At first, when submitting my CV, I only wanted a multinational corporation. A big name to match 2 years of hard work. However, it seemed that the cool job, the dream salary required more than hard work, only I knew. The first interview with a small company. The conversation was not much different from the old internal meeting, rambling, confusing, roundabout, but the confused mind still had to show concentration. Smile calmly. Nothing like the imagination when happily quitting the job. 2 months after finding a job. It turns out that this is the time when philosophers were born. Many lessons and thoughtful thoughts were drawn. For example, it is necessary to have a clear plan for the next month. Prepare a CV when deciding to quit the job. Submit it gradually, although it is a bit unfair. Immediately after breaking up, we rush to remarry, but work and love, both do not come immediately when we want. The writer of this diary is still on the way to find a job. A few interviews have taken place, but everything is as difficult as recruiting a husband. Although not too pessimistic, when we are impatient to wait for something, everything will happen below expectations. By keeping our spirits up, we hope that the universe will receive the signal of diligence and send us the desired job. Or suddenly in the chaos, find a new potential, a new opportunity.